This is the L2C Media Network on YouTube on a tablet. And this is the Sports Final. I'm Harry von Stuttgart, and here with the stories, the headlines, and however else we used to say this when we had our first laptop, here's Steve.
All right, thank you. Hi, hello, how are you? Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the broadcast. It's getting hard to, we had this thing up and saw everything. Now we're back horizontal, vertical. We're back like this, and it's going to be hard to do this when you got to look at the camera like this. I wish we had something up here. That'd be a bit better. Anyway, it's good to be here, and it's good to have you with us for hopefully a full hour. And in the words of the great Shakespearean judge Mills Lane, let's get it on, shall we? As we pop up the popper up, and we welcome you. Good evening, everybody. And I'm going to try to look right here in this camera so I don't feel like I'm looking lost and forlorn. Okay, by the way, all the scores we give you tonight are courtesy and sponsored by William Hill Sportsbook. Let's make it interesting, but do it responsibly, of course. Okay, let's get on with our dirty little selves here, if we can. Okay, then we'll do it this way. All right, guy. Already I can see this program's going to be trouble. There we go. Okay, let's go with a couple games that are still in progress because they're on the West Coast. The St. Louis Cardinals, bottom of the fifth inning, they lead the Arizona Diamondbacks 7-0. In the still of the night, the still of the top of the fifth, it is Texas Rangers, Seattle Mariners. They're tied at 1. Let's go for some finals, shall we? I can go for a couple of finals. Yeah, I can. I can. Yes, indeed. So we're going to do that. Final scores: Pittsburgh beat Colorado 7-0. Tampa Bay over Philadelphia 5-3. Milwaukee, the Brews, defeated the hapless Washington Nats 4-1. Chicago White Sox beat Baltimore 7-4. Minnesota over Kansas City 6-5. Chicago Cubbies beat the Cincinnati Reds 10-2. In the first game of the doubleheader between Colorado and Pittsburgh beat Colorado 4-0. Sounds reasonable, don't you think? Also, Los Angeles Angels. Yes, I'm calling them by their name, Los Angeles Angels. They'll still be California to me. Beat the Oakland Athletics 4-0. Boston over Miami 3-1. Detroit, what is going on there with Los Tigres de Detroit? They're doing good this time. They're kicking butt, taking names, and adding addresses. 6-1, they beat the Yankees. They go for the sweep tomorrow, 1 o'clock on Ballet Sports Detroit and the Yes Network. Final score in 12 innings, San Diego beat up on Houston Astros 11-8. But I bet you their former manager is laughing now. E.J. Hitch now with the Tigers. Chicago White Sox. Oh, this was another double dip, huh? You're kidding. It was another double dip? Twir? Yeah, Twir double dip. White Sox beat Baltimore in the first of 2 games. We gave you the score of the second game. Now we'll give you the score of the first game. 3-1, White Sox win. New York Mets burned Atlanta. No one knows if Tara was there. You're a Gone with the Wind enthusiast. Mets beat the Braves 13-2. And in the first game of their doubleheader, Milwaukee beat Washington 6-2. This is hilarious. One more final score for you. San Francisco over the World Series defending champion Los Angeles Dodgers 11-6. Toronto and Cleveland were postponed. They'll be playing a 7-inning double dip tomorrow, 1 o'clock on various stations, networks, whatever. Okay, there's your baseball scores. So now we go from the grass to the hardwood. It's time for a little NBA. The playoffs continue. We punch it up. Thank you. That's right. We'll punch it up. We had some great games, and they're all final. Well, with the exception of one of them. One is not a final just yet. Let's give you that right now. 9 minutes and 9 seconds left to play. The Utah Jazz lead the Memphis Grizzlies 96-93. By the way, that series is tied even at 1-1. Final score, and I wish we had the bell here, but I don't know where the bell is. Maybe it too has gone on strike. So, fun. Okay, let's put you over there. Just pretend we have a bell. Ding, ding. There we go. Milwaukee Bucks defeated the Miami Heat. Well, they put out the Heat. There, I said it. Haha. 120-103, and they win the series 4-0, or 4-0. And another little barn burner, and that is Portland. The Trailblazers beat the Denver Nuggets 115-95. Denver lead. Oh, excuse me. That series is tied at 2 games apiece. And Philadelphia got some freedom over the Washington Wizards 132-103. Philly leads that series 3-0. Okay, that is your NBA board of scores. And so we go from the hardwood to, of course, the pseudo ice. And we got 2 games that decidedly were of interest, if not entertainment. Let's give you the scores of that. Boston over the Islanders of New York, 5-2. Boston leads that series because they're in the second round, 1-0. And it took overtime, but the Montreal Canadiens, Los Canadiens de Montreal, defeated the Toronto Maple Leafs 3-2. Series is tied 3 apiece. They play the penultimate round game Monday night, about 7 or 7:30. 7, about 7:30, give or take a 30. But man, oh man, this battle between Toronto and Montreal has truly become a playoff bonanza. If you happen to be in the broadcast area, it's given Rogers, which holds the Canadian TV rights, a big breath. Let's just hope they continue to breathe for the other rounds. Because let's put it this way, 12-year contract deal with the NHL so far, nothing. But they're trying their best. Okay, we are almost complete. Let's give you some soccer, or soccer if you prefer. Soccer, football, lamsey-divey. And for the 3rd time in a row, the 3rd year in a row, the UEFA Champions League title trophy goes to Chelsea. They defeated Manchester City by a score of 1-0. 1-0. So that soccer season is pretty much done, as done can ever be. Do we have? Oh yeah, we do. We gotta have some little scores, and we do. Do I diddly do? Okay, let's do a little. Let's do a little BBC here. That's British Broadcasting Corporation. We go to their little website to get you the scores of football. In that portion of the world, we call it soccer. And by the way, back to that Chelsea-Manchester City match. Chelsea, believe it or not, they had an American score the only goal. And that has got to give a boost to soccer here in the States. As you know, granted, we do have the Major League Soccer and a few other soccer companies. No, it's not soccer companies. It's organizations. But some of them are seldom, if ever, broadcast. MLS got some good teams. There's United Soccer League, USL. There's the Women's Soccer League, the NWSL. So this has the potential of giving soccer a real boost here in the States because, hey, a winning team has an American on their side. Not bad, eh? Speaking of which we were speaking, and we were. Let's cut to the chase once again. The Champions League. Chelsea defeated Manchester City 1-0. In a Championships playoff final, it was Brentford over Swansea City 2-0. In international friendlies competition, it was Oman over Indonesia 3-1. Sweden over Finland 2-0. Thailand and Tajikistan went to a ballet. They had a 2-2 game. In the National League, not baseball, but soccer, Torquay United and Ekringham ended up in a goose egg tie. Barnet over Sutton United 2-0. Maidenhead United over Boreham Wood 4-1. Bromley over Notts County 1-0. Dagenham and Redbridge over Wrexham. Actually, they ended in a 1-1 tie. Chesterfield 2, Halifax Town 1. Hartlepool United over Weymouth 4-0. Kingsland Town and Aldershot Town tied at 4. Solihull Moors over Eastleigh 2-0. Wealdstone over Woking 4-2. Hey, a team named Woke lost. Good for them. Stockport County over Yeovil 1-0. In Sirimu Premier soccer, it was Newtown 5, Caernarfon Town 3. Irish soccer, or Irish football, was Ballymena United 4, Portadown 2, Linfield 2, Cliftonville 0, Glenvaughan and Duggan Swifts tied at 1. How nice. Coleraine, I'm singing in the Coleraine, just singing in the Coleraine. Went up and beat Larne 2-1. Warren Point Town defeated Carrick Rangers. Go Carrick Rangers 3-1. In the Irish Premier Division, it was Bohemians Rapsody 3-0 over Waterford. They're the folks that make good crystal. Shamrock Rovers over Longford Town 1-0. In Das German Bundesliga playoffs, it was Köln over Holstein Kiel, no relation to the late great Richard Kiel, who played Jaws in the Bond films. 5-1, and in aggregate, it was 5-2. That means that, well, Köln advances and Holstein Kiel's over. The Australian A-League, Melbourne City and Newcastle were postponed due to COVID. Sydney over Adelaide 4-1. By the way, we will update you on Aussie rules, or Australian football as well, so stand by for a long-winded speech. Brazilian Series A soccer was another ballet of a tie, a 2-2 tie between Juventude and Cuiabá. Stretch that out. Thank you. In Brazilian Series A action, Bahia over Santos 3-0. In Finnish Veikkausliiga, or for all of us here, that would be called Finland Soccer. SJK, you down with that? Defeated Hanka. They made it simple, 1-0. I had to go there. You know I had to go there. Enter Turku defeated Helsinki 4-1. Haka over Kuopio 2-1. In the United States Major League Soccer, long-winded name, Montreal doused the Chicago Fire 1-0. The New York Red Bulls winged the Orlando City Soccer Club 2-1. Columbus Crew over Toronto 2-1. New England Revolution, you'll say you want a revolution, you got it. 1-0 over Cincinnati. Nashville and Atlanta tied at 2. New York City over Los Angeles 2-1. More MLS soccer action. It was the LA Galaxy 1, the San Jose Earthquake 0. So there you go. There you go with that. How about some women's soccer? Yeah, how about some women's soccer? We'll check out Los Scores. See if anything pops up. La 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 la. Okay, do we have some soccer scores? I do believe we do. Oh, good, we do. Thank you. Let's okay. Let's pop open. There we go. Thank you. It is what it is. What can we? It is what it is. What can we say? I'm looking right at the camera. Yes, I'm looking. Okay, let's get to where the. I know. We're slowly working for. We're looking for the Detroit women's soccer. And I tell you this, folks. They had a big game in Detroit. It was carried all over. The Detroit City FC women's team. That's what it's called. Thank you, boys. And thank you, ladies. Let's see here. Was Corktown AFC taking on the Detroit City Football Club. And do we happen to have a final score of that game? Gosh, I hope so. I really do. Let's see if we do. What did he do? Please have pity on us. Okay. Let's hope they got. Thank you again. That's Wednesday. There we go. You was kidding. They were going. I was wrong. They were going against the Chicago Mustangs. And here's the thing. This is their website. Where are we? There you go. You think they got the score up there? No. So, excuse us while we cry in our milk. Detroit City versus Chicago. We have to do it the old-fashioned way. And this means that, there we go, boom. Bawap. I can't wait for the laptop to come back. Oh boy, I tell you, boom. This should help us here. Okay. Oh, come on. Oh, forgot the thing here. WOMEN Women's SOCCER. Okay. Well, apparently nobody knows. United Women's Soccer. Oh, good. I'm hoping this one can do the job. If not, then I'm not going to ad-lib. I hate to ad-lib, But to live is to love, and to love is to live. Boom, boom. Okay, can we get some scores? Where are scores? Schedule. We'll just, we'll see what happens here. Okay, this is June. We want, May. Okay, the things we try to do here on this broadcast. Well, let's see here. Trying to find the scorage. Well, this doesn't beat all. Thank you. Finally, we got somewhere. It's nice to ad lib, but when you had something to ad lib. Mustangs beat the Detroit City Football Club 3-1. The ladies were tough. If the broadcast was only better, because oh man, you got to see it, but you couldn't hear it. And if you tried to hear it, it made a loud whining noise. So, well, maybe they should improve the broadcast a little more. Give a little bit more help. Anyway, that is, for want of a better word, that for soccer for now. Let's kick it in for some minor league baseball action. Why? Because, well, we love the sporty ball. What can I say? So here we go. Face to face, a couple of silver spoons. Got everything ready, willing, able, somewhere out there. Okay, we'll kick the scores. Yeah, we'll kick the scores off. We go to 3A, AAA. Ba-boom. Okay, let's do some AAA scores. And some games on the West Coast still continuing. Once again, because we don't have a laptop here, we would regularly give you some live hear-ins, or listen-tos as we call it, but unfortunately the laptop bit the big weenie, and so we're getting a new one, a new-ish one, and that should be here by middle of this week. So here we go. Top of the 8th inning, Oklahoma City over El Paso, 7-4. Also, top of the 6th, thank you. Las Vegas leads Sacramento 4-0. Final scores: Scranton Wilkes-Barre. There we go. Scranton Wilkes-Barre over Buffalo 3-2. I'll get this right. We're still a little rusty. Worcester over Lehigh Valley 4-2. In the second game, in the first game, it was Worcester 4, Lehigh Valley 2. Deja vu. Syracuse walloped Rochester 10-1, and walloped them again 2-0. Memphis strung on Gwinnett 8-3. Durham over Jacksonville 8-1. Toledo. Now we know why it's kept in Ohio. Toledo over Louisville 4-3. Sugar Land over Albuquerque 2-0. Tacoma over Reno. Her name was Reno. 7-1. Nashville over Columbus 8-3. Omaha over Indianapolis 6-2. St. Paul over Iowa 6-5. Round Rock. I know their cousin, Square Rock, and they have a sister called Multiplication Rock. And of course, remember the kids, Schoolhouse Rock. Round Rock over Salt Lake 9-6. Charlotte and Norfolk, you were postponed due to the rotten weather. That was your AAA. Beep, beep. Now let's go to the twin build, the twin A, double A, MCO. And Akron over Binghamton, 5-4. Portland over Hartford, 4-3. Altoona, and it wasn't Starkist. Altoona over Erie, 2-1. Erie over Altoona in the second game, 5-4. Or games reversed. I just gave you the first game, then gave you the second game first. So, you know that. New Hampshire 6, Somerset 1. I missed the soap opera. That was game 2. Game 1 had Somerset blasting New Hampshire 12-0. Richmond in the first game beat Reading or Reading or Rooting 6-4. Second game, the Twinighter conclusion 2-1. Richmond over Reading or Reading. Akron over Binghamton in this second little croissant 7-1. Final in 10 innings, Mississippi over Montgomery 1-0. Wichita lineman, just Wichita. Wichita beats Springfield 10-9. San Antone, where they make good salsa, defeated Northwest Arkansas 6-2. Tulsa over Arkansas, normal Arkansas 5-2. Back now. Chattanooga over Tennessee 5-4. Birmingham over Rocket City. I still don't have the lyrics to that Elton John hit, Rocket Man. Forgiveness. 8-6 was final score. Birmingham won. Biloxi over Pensacola 8-3. Midland over Frisco, where I left my heart, 4-1. Corpus Christi defeated Amarillo 9-2. And postponements, we've had them. Bowie. Oh, it's Bowie. Bowie and Harrisburg, they were postponed for rain. Harrisburg and Bowie in the double were also postponed for rain. Their makeup date will be May 30th. So that would be probably tomorrow. Leads a double day. Okay, time now to go high A. And let's get going. We're in the top of the ninth inning. Tri-Cities over Hillsboro 2-0. I'm predicting that'll be your final score. Top of the seventh, it's Everett blasting Vancouver 9-1. Top of the seventh, it's Spokane over Eugene. I knew him well. 4-2. Aberdeen defeated Brooklyn 4-1. Hudson Valley over the Jersey Shore 2-0. That game was final in 7 innings. That's because I played a double dip. That was the second game I gave you. The first game I gave you was Hudson Valley creaming the Jersey Shore 4-3. So I think, so they swept. There we go. Back. Thank you. Peoria over Beloit 8-1. And that was in the second game. The first game, Peoria beat Beloit 11-9. Normality breeds contempt. Winston-Salem over Old Hickory 2-0. Rome over Greenville 6-2. Bowling Green over Asheville 12-2. Dayton over the Quad Cities 6-4. And in the first game, it was Quad Cities 2-1 over Dayton. Wisconsin defeated Cedar Rapids in Game 1, 6-1. In Game 2, they did it again. Wisconsin beat Cedar Rapids 8-1. If you had those numbers, congratulations. You win a lottery. Wilmington. That's right. Wilmington defeated Greensboro 5-0. West Michigan defeated Lake County 17-5. Wowza. Fort Wayne over South Bend, very simple score, 3-1. Lansing over the Great Lakes Loons, 7-3. And that's it for the high A scoreboard. And what comes after a high A? A low A. That's right, low A league. High A for the high class, low A for, well, somewhat normal class. Class is class, of which I am not one of. I have no class. I'm just here. That's my designation. I'm low class. All right, bottom of the 8th inning, Modesto, and I'm calling this game a rout, and I'm calling it a final score no matter what happens. Modesto mollywopped Visalia 13-3. Stockton in the, they didn't win it yet, but I'm declaring it a winner. They're in the bottom of the 8th, 13-3, Modesto over Visalia. Top of the 8th, it's Stockton over Rancho Cucamonga, 9-4. Middle 7th, it's the Inland Empire over the Land of Grapes, Fresno, 7-3. Daytona beats St. Lucie, 5-3. And in the first game, St. Lucie did in Daytona, 9-3. Lakeland over Fort Myer, 2-1. Fredericksburg defeated Down East. There's an actual team called Down East. Go fig. 2-1 for that score. Bradenton over Palm Beach, 4-2. Charleston over Fayetteville, 7-6. Clearwater, there's a misnomer. Clearwater defeated the Planet Jupiter, 4-3. Columbia over Augusta, 10-2. San Jose over Lake Elsinore, 3-1. And the games that were postponed due to the weather were Kannapolis and Carolina. Their makeup date will be on the 30th. Moido Beach and Salem, they're also going to be made up on the 30th. Lynchburg and Delmarva, you won't believe when they'll be made up. No, not the 30th, June 21st. July 21st, actually. Yeah, July 21st. That is when they will make up that game. And there you have the minor league scoreboard. So now what is there left to do? More scores in a moment, but right now we do have a bereavement. That's right. We do have to give you some sports headlines because if we don't, I'm bereaved, which means I'll be sad and lonely. So let's get some headlines, and we start off with Major League Baseball, and oh dear God, do we have to report these? Yes, we do. No, we don't want the Champions League final score. We've already given that. But we do need to give the big story in Major League Baseball, which just happens to be somewhat sad. Yep. Atlanta Braves outfielder Marcell Ozuna has been arrested on a charge of aggravated assault, strangulation, and a charge of misdemeanor battery. Family violence, according to Fulton County Jail records cited by both ESPN's Jeff Pazan and David O'Brien of the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. On Saturday night, the Sandy Springs, Georgia Police Department released the following statement regarding Ozuna's arrest. Earlier today at 12:26 p.m., Sandy Springs police officers received a 911 call requesting they respond to residents on Windsor Cove regarding an assault in progress. As officers arrived to the home, they heard screaming coming from inside and noticed the front door wide open. Due to the situation of the known facts, officers entered the residence through the front door and witnessed the suspect grabbing the victim by the neck and throwing her against the wall. The swine. Officers were able to immediately take the suspect into custody without further incident. In addition to the strangulation attempts, the suspect also struck the victim with his arm, which has a cast from previous injury. Preliminary investigation has revealed this incident to be domestic related between the suspect and his wife, both residents of the Windsor Cove home. The suspect, Marcell Ozuna, was arrested and has been charged with the following: aggravated assault by strangulation under the Domestic Violence Act, battery under the Domestic Violence Act. The victim did have visible injuries but was not transported to the hospital. The suspect has been booked into the Fulton County Jail on the above charges and is awaiting prosecution. Now, as Pazan notes, the aggravated assault strangulation charge is a felony in the state of Georgia and carries a minimum sentence of 1 year in prison and a maximum of 20 years in prison in the event of a conviction. Pazan adds that Major League Baseball will likely investigate the alleged incident under the Joint Domestic Violence, Sexual Assault, and Child Abuse Policy. MLB has the power to discipline players under the policy regardless of judicial system outcomes. As such, Ozuna may be suspended under the policy. Translated means don't look for him to be playing much longer, except for the prison team. But again, due process, innocent until proven guilty. That statement's going to be a tough road to hide. Early on Saturday, Miles Garrett of WSBT in Mishawaka, Indiana, tweeted out the following. Seeing this circulate on Twitter, Braves outfielder Marcell Ozuna appears to have been arrested for domestic battery. The Braves did release a statement. We learned of Marcell Ozuna's arrest earlier this evening and immediately informed the commissioner's office. The Braves fully support Major League Baseball's policy on domestic violence, which stresses to the fullest that our society cannot and will not tolerate it in any form, shape, or otherwise. Until the investigation is completed, we will have no further comment, and all inquiries into the matter should be referred to the office of the commissioner. What is he going to have a lot to say? Ozuna has struggled thus far in 2021 after finishing sixth in the National League Most Valuable Player balloting and leading the NL in an array of offensive categories last season with Atlanta. He was placed on the 10-day injured list on Friday with 2 dislocated fingers on his left hand and is expected to be out at least 6 weeks. How much you want to bet he'll be out for more than 6 weeks? The past offseason, he signed a 4-year, $65 million contract with the Braves. Okay, let's keep going here. We have another sad note, but this one is we have a passage to report on. Mark Eaton, the longtime Utah Jazz center and 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, passed away at 64. He was found lying in the road after an apparent bicycle accident in Summit County, Utah on Friday night. The Jazz announced Saturday, according to officials, quote, there is no reason to believe a vehicle was involved in the incident. He was transported to a hospital where he passed, end quotation. Eaton was at 7'4", one of the greatest shot blockers in NBA history. He is 4th in the NBA history with 3,064 total blocks. And in one season, he blocked an absurd 5.6 shots per game. He led the league in blocks 4 times in 1984, 85, 87, and 88. He made the All-Star game in 85 and had his number 53 jersey retired by the Jazz. Rudy Gobert is the only other Jazz player to have won Defensive Player of the Year, and he posted a tribute to Eaton on Twitter after hearing the news. The Jazz are set to play the Memphis Grizzlies in the 3rd game of their first-round series. They will now do so with heavy hearts. Eaton only ever played for the Jazz and established himself as one of the greatest players in team history during his career. Our thoughts and prayers go to the family of Mr. Eaton and to the Utah Jazz staff and fans and family and friends. Okay, we got more. Yes, we do have more. And we might as well just do this. Yes. Julio Jones wants out of Atlanta in the worst way, and the Atlanta Falcons as well. They want a first-round draft pick in return for one of the best wide receivers of this era. Enter, you'll never guess how. Yep, the Philadelphia Eagles. Ed Cracks of Sports Illustrated reports that the Eagles are interested in acquiring Jones from the Falcons, who reportedly have a first-round draft pick on the table. Ooh, that should be interesting. For a 7-time Pro Bowl wide receiver, the Eagles do have 2 first-round draft picks in 2022 and a conditional first-round pick from the Indy Colts if Carson Wentz plays 75% of the snaps or plays 70% of the snaps in 2021 and the Colts make the playoffs available, or the Colts make the playoffs available, one of which they could use to acquire Jones. Now, Philadelphia could easily part ways with Indianapolis's first-round pick, which is right now a second-round pick for Jones. The Eagles would be paying a very high price if they were to part ways with their own first-round pick or the one acquired from the Dolphins prior to the draft. both of which are expected to be top 20 picks. The Eagles and Falcons would be better served waiting until after June 1st to make a trade for Jones, or frankly for any other NFL team for that matter. Atlanta would only have to eat $7.75 million in dead money and would save $15.3 million in salary cap space if Jones is traded after June 1st. The Eagles would have to pay $15.3 million in 2021 if they were to acquire Jones, but would also have the same cap space relief coming off the books. So there's a nice little lesson there. Philadelphia frees up $8.5 million if the Eagles cut or trade Zach Ertz after June 1st, and already have $4 million off the books with the post-June 1st designation of the March releases of Alshon Jeffrey and Malik Jackson. Per the NFL Players Association, the Eagles currently have $3,814,453 in available salary cap space, so they'll free up $12.5 million with these three moves by Tuesday. Wow, what a mouthful. It's 14 minutes past the hour of power that we like to call midnight hour. That's right. That means we've got 16 minutes to fill, and we're going to fill it through the gullet. In golf, we'll make this brief because we got plenty of other things to give you here. Jordan Spieth continues his tremendous play. He holds a one-shot lead going into the final round Sunday of the 2021 Charles Schwab Challenge. Okay, and that ends that theoretical malfeasance we like to call your headlines. And now, before anything else happens to make us want to scream massively into the darkness, let's get you hooked in with some major sportage, if we can. If we can, we certainly will. Won't go as far as we usually normally do, but let's give you some of the leap zigs here of what's been going on. Okay, in soccer. Oh, we've already done that. Okay, in basketball. Thank you. Well, nothing going on in basketball. Wah. Okay, in the World Championship hockey, Czech Republic over Great Britain, now known as Not So Great Britain, 6-1. Kazakhstan walloped Italy 11-3. USA finished Norway 2-1. Got some Norwegian kippers out of the deal too. The Russian Olympic Committee. Okay, this is what it's read. The Russian Olympic Committee defeated Switzerland 4-1. Make up your own jokes on that one. This is too easy. Next. Finland, the place I want to be. They defeated Germany 2-1. Slovakia defeated Denmark 2-0. They got nothing out of the deal. Anyway, let's talk more baseball. We got Japanese baseball for you folks. Chiba Lotte Marines over the Hiroshima Carps 7-3. Mima was your winner. He's 3-2. And Tamamura is your loser. He's 0-3. The Fukuoka Silverhawks defeated the Omori Giants 8-3. Martinez gets the win for the Silverhawks. He's 4-1. Sanchez gets the loss for Yokohama. He's 4-3. Chunichi Dragons defeated the Nippon Ham Fighters 7-4. Fuku got the win for the Dragons. He's 2-1. Rodriguez gets the loss. He's 0-2. The Akut Swallows, and if you ever swallow Akutli, let me know what that is like. Defeated the Oric Buffaloes 7-4. Ogawa got the win for the Swallows. He's 5-1. Tajimi got the loss. He's 2-3. Yokohama Bay Stars and Rakuten Golden Eagles ended up in a 1-1 tie. No winners, no losers, no big deal. Cebu Lions over the Hanshin Tigers 1-0. Ima got the win for the Lions. He's 3-2, and Ito got the loss. He's 3-2. Games that are still under the way in many of your towns or their towns. The York Buffaloes lead the Coot Swallows early in the first inning, 2-0. And also early in the first inning, the Racketing Golden Eagles and Yokohama Bay Stars Goose Eggs. Speaking of Goose Eggs, they're in the first, and the Cebu Lions and Hanshin Tigers no score in that game. We've done that part. In South Korea, I don't know what's going on outside, but I'm keeping inside. South Korea, Korea Baseball Organization games, and wow. How about this one, kids? The Hanwha Eagles and the SSG Landers. Oh, excuse me. Let's go upwards. Lottie Giants and the North Carolina, in the NC Dinos tied at 10. They're done. Hanwha Eagles and the SSG Landers, they played. Landers defeated Eagles 6-2. Lewicki got the win for the Landers. He's 2-0. Bei Dong Hwan got the loss for the Eagles. He's 0-3. KT Wiz Swang over the Kia Tigers, 7-6. Lee Kang-jun got the win for the Swan. He's 1-0. Jung Ha Young got the loss. He's 3-2. Kaiwon Heroes over the LG Twins, 7-2. Han Hoon Hee got the win. He's 4-0, undefeated. Lee Min Ho got the loss. He's 3-4. And the NC Dinos defeat the Lottie Giants 6-2. Ruzinski got the win for the Dinos. He's 4-3. Park Se-woon got the loss for the Giants. He's 3-4. The Samsung Lions mollywopped the Doosan Bears 16-4. Cho Chi-hung got the win. He's 2-2. Yu Hee Kwan got the loss. He's 2-4. Aren't you glad of that, people? Yes, sir. Bubbies. Okay, I bet you think that's all for tonight. No, that isn't. Is anything done? No, it is not done yet. Before we do anything, we must, above all else, give credence to some scourge. That's right. We bring you score. We do? Yeah, we bring you scores. We have to bring you scores. Otherwise, we have nothing more to talk about. That's right. It's round 11 of the Australian football 2021 season. And let's give you some scores. My God, we got to give you scores, don't we? Yes, we do. So let's do that. Let's hop on board here. Okay, the Western Bulldogs took care of Melbourne. Melbourne took care of the Western Bulldogs. I should bring this more closer, shouldn't I? Yes, thank you. Melbourne beat the Western Bulldogs 87-59. The Geelong Cats continue to amaze Australian football fans around the world. They beat the Collingwood Magpies 61-51. Brisbane Lions gobbled up the Greater Western Sydney Giants 129-65. Now then, let's go for tonight, shall we? You want to go for tonight? Okay, we'll go for tonight. I'm not downloading anything. Let's just see if we got the games now. The games at present. I think one of them starts at, thank you. Thank you. 1,000 blessings upon your soul. Okay, in matches Saturday, St. Kilda, they got rid of the North Melbourne Kangaroos 88-68. Gold Coast Suns defeated Hawthorn 113-7-6. West Coast Eagles lost to Essendon 87-71. Right now, in the first quarter, it is the Adelaide Crows 13, Richmond Tigers 7. That's right. Australian football. It's exciting. It's pleasurable. It's insane, but good. So there you go. I think we gave all the lovely little scourages. We'll give you the ladder here. We'll first start off at the full ladder. Let's give the full ladder while we're here. Yay. Hey, we're giving you the full ladder. Not a full bladder, but a full ladder. So let's get going here. In 18th place with 11-4 record is the North Melbourne Kangaroos. They are battling now for the wooden spoon. Hawthorn in 17th at 11-8. Collingwood in 16th with 11-8. Adelaide Crows 15th with a 10-16 record. Gold Coast Suns 14th with 11-16. Itchy. Carlton in 13th place, 10-16. St. Kilda 12th place, 11-20, as are the Greater Western Sydney Giants. Fremantle Dockers 10th place, 10-20, as are the Richmond the Richmond Tigers. They're also 10-20. We should have the their point totals here, shouldn't we? Okay. No, we're not loading anything. Okay, here are the top 8 right now. Sitting at 8th place, 11-20 record, is Essendon. Sitting in 7th place, 11-24, the West Coast Eagles. 6th place, the Sydney Swans, 10-24. Port Adelaide in 5th, 10-28. Geelong Cats in 4th, 11-32. So too are the Brisbane Lions in 3rd. Western Bulldogs in 2nd at 11-36. And Melbourne Devils. That's it. And Melbourne is the top Bow Wows at 11-40. So there you go. Right up to date. Bam. We have you here. Yay. Okay, that does it for the Australian version of this show. And what do you know? We got some we have some media bites to do, and then we'll say adios. I love this. Okay, let's see here. Do we have anything new on the horizon? Oh, yeah. There was a situation that occurred on live television last night. If you were watching TNT, the Friday night AEW Dynamite, live from Jacksonville's Daily Place. But didn't happen in the English language section with Tony, JR, and Excalibur. It happened with their Spanish language broadcast team. That's right. The big episode was a major milestone for women's world champion Hikaru Shida, having held the promotion's most prestigious women's title for a full year. She was awarded a brand new gold and diamond belt as she prepares to defend it this Sunday against Dr. Britt Baker. Ooh, you may say. Well, the lack of focus on women's wrestling in AEW has drawn a lot of criticism since its inception, but the upcoming match against Shida and a actual bona fide dentist, Britt Baker, is seen as a potential inflection point where the promotion can make good on its promises to make women's wrestling as important as it becomes in competitors like that thing up north. Right before, however, the segment got underway, audio from the AEW Spanish announce team was broadcast during the commercial break on Fight TV. The team, which includes Alex Abrahantes, Willie Urbina, Dasha Corrette, and Thunder Rosa, was preparing to call the segment after the commercial when Abrahantes asked Urbina to do an impression of Shida's promo. At that point, Urbina started doing an offensive racist stereotype of the Asian accent. Oy. We're not even going to bring you the thing because it truly is offensive. Now, aside from the much more serious fact that the impersonation is racist, it's also just fairly lazy and stupid. I would go so far as to say moronic, asinine, insipid, hurtful, and if I could actually say the word I'm thinking, I'll just say the abbreviated version, effed up. Who is possibly entertained by something like that? If anyone was entertained by that offensive stuff, there are psychologists and therapists ready to take your money now. This occurred during a broadcast of a wrestling promotion owned by someone of South Asian descent during Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Irony! Well, Sheeta even released a video earlier this month regarding the hashtag Stop Asian Hate campaign, calling for an end to recent violence and for everyone to be treated equally. We couldn't agree more. Treat everyone with equalness, kindness, love, respect. Suffice to say, Urbina's job as lead announcer for the Spanish language broadcast of AEW didn't last long, and he was given the gate. He was also given the boot, the ziggy, the thumb, and was given the verbal kick in the ass. Dave Meltzer reported Saturday morning that Urbina had been let go by AEW. No word yet on whether or not the rest of the Spanish announce team will see changes, but if nothing else, you can believe that anyone sitting at an AEW announce table is going to be very aware of the old saying, if the mic is hot, the mouth is not. That's right. When you see that little red light, that doesn't mean you're taking a break. That means your microphone is on. Say nothing. If you have to say something, think before it comes out of your mouth. End of statement. And in an industry where racist or racial stereotypes and casual racism have been par for the course for decades, let's hope that these kind of jokes die rapidly. Just, end. Anyway, that was it for one guy. Remember, think before it comes out of your mouth. You don't want, in other words, as they say down south, think before we shove a pair of 14s in your mouth. There you go. Okay, what else we got? Cool. That's it for that. Yeah. We got about 4 minutes to kill. Want to remind you once again, for those of you who love comic books, to please go to Indiegogo and support some great comic book creators like Mandy Summers, Peter Gilmore, John Matlin, EVS, Wyatt Holliday, and of course, Dark Gift Comics. They got some good stuff coming up, including Wart the Wizard 2, The Portals. The portal of, oh boy, I'll just say it, Wart the Wizard 2. It's up to about, last we checked, 11,000. Portal of Echoes, that's what it's called. Thank you. At least my brain is back to normal. Yeah. Mandy Summers, Peter Gilmore, and all the rest of the folks that are creating some of the best comics in the free world. And once again, we are proud. And by the way, it did slip a little bit. or actually get ready. Peter Gilmore, if you're not if you haven't done it yet, better do it now. Peter Gilmore's work of art, Jack the Ripper, has entered the stage of um, informative of email updates, etc. And a little hint, folks: the sequel to this very comic book. Where's our camera? There it is. Called Rocket Gal is the next one up. So, if you will, that's two good things. There's more coming. Go to Indiegogo.com and look for some of the best in comics from these great people and others, a part of the new blood of comic book creators, authors, writers, artwork. And I got to tell you, they got some damn good artists. Peter Gilmore, John Mantlin are just some of the finest artists in the world of comic books. They are great. Not to mention, Peregrine by some nice folks, including the Wolf Mama herself. Her name is Piper. Go see them. Go see everybody of Comicsgate. They know what they're doing because they want to save the industry that is slowly dying. There's only two comic creators left, Marvel and DC, and the future of DC is yet unknown since AT&T sold Warner Media to Discovery Networks. What they're going to do with DC, who knows? But it's nice to once again state that the independent comic book scene, comic book industry is alive and well, thanks to the new blood that is creating some great stuff like Rocket Gal and the Mole Men from Mars, and of course, Aradana. There you go, right there. So, your love of comic books is best served because they are good at what they're doing, and the comic book industry is good to have them. Independent comic books are here, and the creators are doing it all in 3 words for the fans. And tomorrow, I think I'll show you some of my old comic books. Anyway, we got to go. We've done our allotment. So thank you, folks, for watching. And we will see you tomorrow night at midnight Eastern Time, right after the 2 podcasts I do on Spreaker.com, L2C, Last Call Cafe, and the brilliantly acknowledgeable Russell Anime Hut. So until tomorrow at midnight Eastern Time, I am Steve the Baxman Baxley. This has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions and the L2C Media Network in association with L2C Sports and this thing we love to call YouTube. See you tomorrow night, midnight Eastern. Unless there's a big game going into extra innings or overtime, then we'll follow those games until conclusion. I think that's it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll also give you what occurred on Double or Nothing, AEW's Preeminent, which is a big, large word, pay-per-view. And by the way, go to YouTube and check out the promotion. Tony Khan, yes, he of the Jacksonville Jaguars. His family, pretty damn good, but Tony Khan, he is a freak when it comes to professional wrestling. He does some good promos for AEW. So too does Tony Schiavone. I kind of like the one he did yesterday. Not going to give it away, but let's put it this way. He whammed old Vinnie Mac. And that's all I'm going to give you. Thanks, everybody, for watching, listening, and doing all that kind of stuff. We're back tomorrow night, midnight, about 12:15, more or less. So enjoy. Good night. God bless. And happy evening, happy morning, happy world. Good night, everybody.